It's time to take a look at what's happening around Wyoming for Monday, June 24th. I'm Wendy Corr, bringing you headlines from the Cowboy State Daily newsroom, presented by Cheyenne Frontier Days. Starting July 19th, from sunup to sundown, there's something for everyone. Check it out at cfdrodeo.com. The owners of an iconic Cody restaurant are in trouble with the law after allegedly getting into an altercation with customers Wednesday night that escalated to making terroristic threats and assaulting a local police officer. Cassie's Steakhouse co-owner Randall Hooper is facing a felony charge for allegedly kicking and sending a police officer to the hospital. His wife Courtney is facing 3 misdemeanor charges related to the incident, according to Cowboy State Daily's Leo Wolfson.
Courtney Hooper reported to police that she got in a verbal dispute with some customers where they said that they would kill her if she got in their face. Police were called, and it appeared that the event had de-escalated at first. After the officer left, the Hoopers went over to the Big Bear Motel where the couple was staying and further instigated the situation. Randall Hooper was arrested. And while they were trying to put him under arrest, he ended up kicking a police officer in the head.
If convicted, Randall Hooper could face up to 10 years in prison and $10,000 in fines. The Cloverleaf interchange, where Interstates 80 and 25 intersect in Cheyenne, is set to get a $500 million overhaul. Cowboy State Daily's Pat Mayo reports that the plans include huge flyover bridges to keep thousands of semi-trucks moving freight across the West.
The world today is different than the 1960s when they built that Cloverleaf. Trucks were, believe it or not, shorter than they are today. Also, they're taller. The wind captures them and going too fast, and you get cars mixed in with trucks. Bad things happen, right? There was 160 collisions on that interchange alone since 2018. It's like, more than 4, almost 5 times higher than national average on that interchange alone.
If things go smoothly with lining up state and federal money, with 80% or more coming from the federal government, a best guess at completing a new interchange in Cheyenne could be sometime in the early to mid-2030s. The tale of a donkey named Diesel that went missing only to turn up 5 years later living with an elk herd sounds like a great only in Wyoming story. And as the story has gone viral with video of Diesel just chilling with his elk buddies, people on just about any social media platform are reporting that he's a Wyoming donkey. Only he's not. And neither is the elk herd that's adopted him, according to Outdoors reporter Mark Hines.
This happened in a little town called Auburn, California. And those aren't even Rocky Mountain elk in the video. Those are Thule elk. It's a different species. He was part of a Bureau of Land Management wild burro roundup and adoption in 2018. And then in 2019, he took off. And reportedly, he's fought off some coyotes and a mountain lion, which again would make sense. If you're a wild burro living in Nevada, you better know how to fight.
According to the couple who adopted Diesel in 2018, Diesel seems to be thriving with the herd. I'll be back in just 15 seconds with more news.
In southwest Wyoming, wide open space is waiting. This is how we explore it. In Rock Springs and Green River, Wyoming. Plan your adventure at explorewy.com.
The mysterious disappearance of Etta Place, a new single from Canadian pop star Kaisa, is not just about Wyoming. The haunting tale was inspired by a poem written 50 years ago by Worland historian Clay Gibbons, which Kaisa learned about when she and several friends stayed at Gibbons Ranch. Cowboy State Daily's Renee Jean says Gibbons chose the locations for Kaisa's music video, which were filmed in Wyoming as well.
He recites the poem, and she's like, Clay, that's really good. I want to record it. Well, not too long after that, she calls him up. She says, guess what, Clay? Your poem is going to be a part of a record. It's going to be on my new song, The Mysterious Disappearance of Etta Place. And I want to come to Wyoming, and I want to do some filming, and you need to, come up with some Wyoming locations so we can do this song the right way.
The song that Gibbons inspired has been viewed so far over 73,000 times on Kaisa's YouTube channel. The National Pony Express Association's annual re-ride of the famous Pony Express route between St. Joseph, Missouri and Sacramento, California galloped through Wyoming and kicked up dust again this weekend in the Cowboy State. Riders entered Wyoming from Nebraska Thursday evening and left the state south of Evanston about 2 a.m. Sunday, according to Cowboy State Daily's Dale Killingbeck.
I was able to talk to several riders, and some of them have been doing this for 14 years. And there was a young man from Glen Rock who's on his first ride. He was really excited about it. I asked him how he felt about taking the oath of the Pony Express Association, and he said that it was a big responsibility, which it was because they are actually carrying some 1,000 pieces of mail in the mochila that is on those horses.
A GPS tracking device on the mochila allows people from all over the world to follow it from the National Pony Express Association's webpage. And summer in Wyoming is rodeo season. Hundreds of thousands of fans attend regular community rodeos, county fair rodeos, and of course, the largest outdoor rodeo in the world. But if you're a newbie to the sport, Cowboy State Daily's Jake Nichols breaks it down.
So many people in Wyoming grew up around rodeo and still may not understand a lot about it or the events. And then a lot of people are newcomers to the state or visitors to the state, and they're going to go to a rodeo. And it's probably better if you're informed a little bit about what the events are. What is the cowboy or cowgirl trying to do? So this is really kind of in-depth but chewable info for the rodeo novice.
You can read Jake's full breakdown of the ins and outs of Wyoming's signature sport at cowboystatedaily.com and get your free digital subscription to Wyoming's only statewide newspaper by hitting the daily newsletter button. You can also watch this newscast every day by clicking subscribe on our YouTube channel. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.